Hi, I've got an idea for you for Valentine's Day. This is something that I learned with my wife because 10 years ago I asked her to marry me on the second date. And I asked her 3 questions, and the 3 questions basically gave me clarity about this is the woman that I really want to marry. And I had asked a bunch of women those questions, but Bobby, my wife, had the answers that I was looking for. So here's what she looks like. And very lucky man. She's an amazing woman. She's done 2 Ironman triathlons. She's very successful in business. An incredible just partner and wife and friend. So here are the 3 questions. And here's what I recommend you ask your partner. Number 1, what's the most important thing in any relationship? Number 2, what do you do when the relationship falls apart? And number 3, what do you do when that doesn't work? Now, I'd asked a number of women these questions before I met my wife, women that I was dating, and they gave questions like, well, the most important thing in a relationship is compromise, or the most important thing in a relationship is friendship. When I asked my wife what the most important thing was in any relationship, she said God. Now, keep in mind, I was a monk for 8 years, so that was the right answer. The second question I asked is, what do you do when the relationship falls apart? And she said, you pray. And the third question was, what do you do when that doesn't work? And she said, you don't go to sleep until you've settled it. Now, I'm not saying that your significant other or the girl you're dating or person that you're interested in marrying is going to have the exact same questions or that those are the right answers. What I would say is that if you ask them those 3 questions, you'll know if they have the right answers. You'll feel it immediately in your heart. Because after I got those 3 questions answered by my wife, Bobby, and this is on our second date, I said to her, I'm probably going to marry you. And she laughed. And then I said, well, you know, let's just go along with it. And she claimed she didn't have relationship skills. And I think she's one of the best people in relationships I've met because she's an incredible student. She's always willing to learn. And so the first thing I did was I invited her to a relationship workshop. And she went, and we both got really close that weekend at a relationship workshop and had a fantastic time. And she said, my God, do you think I could really have a great relationship? Because she was convinced that she was just a workaholic woman that didn't have relationship skills and had had a bunch of failed, relationships before mine, or her relationship with me. And so I said, yeah, as long as you're willing to keep learning. And here's the secret, okay? The secret to relationships is to relate. Believe it or not. It's not compromise. It's not finding the right person. Look, you find the wrong person, and then you make them into the right person. That's what I think anyway. And so, that week that we went to that relationship course, which was just a couple weeks after I proposed to her, I sent her 12 yellow roses. And a week later, I sent her 11 yellow roses with 1 red rose. And then a week later, I sent her 2 yellow roses. 10 yellow roses with 2 red roses. And then a week later, I sent her 9 yellow roses with 3 red roses. And so every week she got 1 more red rose. Now, keep in mind, yellow roses are for friendship and red roses are for romance. So that was significant. When she had 12 roses, I proposed to her and she said yes. So if you're thinking of marrying the person that you're having Valentine's Day with, that you're celebrating Valentine's Day with, this is a really cool way to let them know where you're headed. If you're not ready today to marry him, but you're thinking in 3 or 4 months that it would be just about right, just time it out, and about 3 months from the date, just send him 12 yellow roses and then make it 11 and 1 and 10 and 2. And when they have 12, propose to him. See what happens. Happy Valentine's Day.